Hello there, and welcome to Faymonville Approach for Company of Heroes 3. This is one of the best maps in CoH history. And are UMIRINBRAH? Well, we've got epic gains to show you because UMIRINBRAH's playing Wehrmacht, and he's up against one of the original titans of this very map in Company of Heroes 2. It is indeed Barton from Poland, playing as the British forces. I'm A. I'm here today with Anarchy. How are you doing, sir?
I am absolutely overjoyed to see this map back. Like, you have no idea. I love this map, and it is new and improved with the well-known 500-meter mountains in the middle of France. But still, absolutely, excuse me about my chat, absolutely brilliant map, and I'm glad to see it back. And I'm glad to see Barton as well.
Yes.
Someone I've actually played against. And
wow, me too. He absolutely did. Have a look at the poppy fields, by the way. K-Pen put them in as a tribute to Anzac Day, but also, of course, Remembrance Day. So that's nice. I've played against him. He destroyed me on this very map in under 5 minutes. I felt humiliated. It was wonderful. Okay, Anarchy, I'll quickly give you a tour, just so you know the changes. We've made it so these munitions are safe, just so in Company of Heroes 3 you've got the safe munitions, basically like road to tuners. There's 2 manpower point cutoffs here and here, and basically there are, in total, there's 80 fuel to fight for, there's 40 fuel to fight for, split over 4 fuel points, and there's 80 munitions, split over 8 munitions points. And there are a few more features. You're going to love the features, but I just need to concentrate on the player's tactics for the time being, as we've got UMIRINBRAH's MG is being flanked by this Royal Engineer squad, and there's an infantry section coming in as well.
Yeah, what I'm amazed by is double machine gun opening play, double MG, double Pio. What is this build, bro? What is this build?
It's CoH3 is back, apparently.
What a build! Absolute legend. I kind of miss the Manor House of Doom in the middle here, but at the same time,
the OG one from 2015. It used to be there. I remember the very one. Well, just in case, we need to keep an eye on the tactics and strategies. But I'll continue my tour. Instead of a Manor House of Doom in the middle, we have the Nazi Mansion of Death in the north. So there's that. There's also now more Easter eggs. We don't just have the sacrificial goat of RNG. We also have the cat and dog standoff on the bridge. Just checking players' tactics. Tommy's forced away. There's a bit of an engagement in the centre, and the Royal Engineers are capping. And we have the final Easter egg found by one of the patrons. It's the 2 donkeys getting jiggy with it in the north. And that, my friends, is the greatest map in Company of Heroes history. An AE and K-Pen 97 production brings to you Donkey Coitus.
Donkey Coitus. An absolute masterpiece of a map. Forget tilting windmills. We're looking at tilting allegiances, it looks like, because, good lord, this is... honest to God, it may be our fault as casters, but just looking at the map, I have no idea what's going on.
Well, I've got an idea for you. Recce sections have been teched, and he's now using them to put a flare over UMIRINBRAH's base. This is Barton's fog of war, and he can see everything right now. So Recce section's coming in clutch for him, and he's been able to unleash the aggression and unseat the MGs. He's still got the one over here overlooking the fuel, now pointing north, but we can't really see enough. And yeah, basically it was a big push away and great play by Barton PL.
I really like the fields of fire that the MGs have on this map. It's just, you've got all these funnels of death. Just look at that. He's got, I mean, I wouldn't be in this fight if I was Mark, though. I'd be repositioning here. That MG's in a good spot, but his infantry need to move. But we found a mortar. Oh my lord. Yep. See what I'm saying? Invest in the mortar.
It's a great weapon for this map in particular. Always short and stubby. I'm not trying to trigger anybody in chat there, but it certainly is another flare whistling ahead there, just giving him constant vision of the base sector. Great use of that by Barton. MG forced away. Backpedaling, though. That's brave by UMIRINBRAH.
See, that mortar has just single-handedly shifted the entire dynamic of the fight. He's now got the ability to control both those MGs. He can move them around as much as he likes, but he's just not able to sit and dig in now. So he has to rethink his game plan. He has to get aggressive. He needs to get aggressive. And though I wouldn't be doing it this way.
Oh, no.
Yep.
Lee Enfield rifles are accurate, especially from 3 feet away. Grenadiers have got that covered, though, and they're pushing the mortar off. They've had enough already of this dastardly mortar, and can you blame them?
No, I can't. In fact, the mortar, for me, has a similar effect psychologically as the sniper. You just, like, it just sits there, and it just keeps poking you. And eventually you're just like, no, it needs to die.
Yeah,
it needs to go away.
Like a soft and more acceptable sniper. Grens go north. We have had one of the 2 munitions points capped, the one on the pier, but the little island in the south has not been capped quite yet.
Oh, well, I must admit that I find that recon squads are definitely the way to go when versing Mark, because you don't have to worry about that.
This isn't the way to go. I tell you, this could be really bad for the MG. Sorry to interrupt there, Anamarchy, but that could have been a lot worse.
It could have been a lot worse, but he's managed to get away with it. Just push it to the limit, not past the point of no return, but almost.
He certainly needs a montage, though, because UMIRINBRAH has been forced off quite a bit. Let's go check what he's got in base. He's now got infantry. Well, he's already got infantry company. We know that, but he's now got Panzer Grenadier company, and there he's got some options. Of course, he's got the Stug later if he wants it.
Look, the Stug is what I'd be going to deal with these mass rifle sections with. His infantry's not going to be able to get close to this. Like the Grens are great and all, but with rifles, vet rifles with snipers, no way. Nah. He's got to get something big and heavy and scary on the field to deal with this.
Don't talk about yourself that way, Anamarchy. But interestingly, we do have a sandbagwich, one in a V-shaped formation on the 10 fuel there. And he's going into the Nazi mega mansion. Yes, he is. Let's see from his perspective what he can see. This is accidental but almost genius balancing here, because only the central element of this building is occupiable. So you can actually counter it by just moving to the side, and then they can't even see you. Yeah, K-Pen and I stumbled across that one because there weren't... this counters it. There weren't enough models in the asset engine. You can't even make a mansion right now. Please, Relic, give us more things to use when we're making maps. We'd really like that. Thank you.
I mean, I don't like to disparage myself too much. I mean, like, if we're going by that one, I mean, following German engineering principles, I guess I am the Aryan Superman. I'm larger and heavier and all about. I mean, you may not like it, but this is what peak Panzer performance looks like. Although, speaking of that, we have ourselves an 8-Rad.
Yeah, when you compare yourself to a tank, I suppose you do share a lot of similarities in that sense. 8-Rad's found the recce section, forcing it away. This is a nasty surprise for Barton. What counters does Barton currently have? Let's check out his perspective. He's gone all recce sections.
Stuart?
Oh, the Stuart's going to come in clutch. It's currently building here.
Heavy mortars are available to deploy.
Ballsy play from the 8-Rad. He's going for it.
And there it is! Surprise Stuart on the rear side, hitting the side roll. The 8-Rad has to get out of there now. And its health is diminishing. It's down to 190, 186 and dropping. Stuart's hot in tow. It uses smoke. What a genius idea there. It's gone.
Oh no, that's it, GG! Oh, damn! God damn it. Thou hast paid for one's hubris, good sir, and now the balance is, like, completely upended. Like, the Stu is now...
You couldn't keep up the medieval-style board-like speaking there. That was... And now you are smote across the landscape. Another 8-Rad... No, this is... Do not adjust your sets. This is not... has not been... time warped to a minute ago. This is just the 8-Rad train in full motion. You lose one, you build one, you deploy one. Happy days. Well, you don't even build it, you just click the UI.
That's right. You just build it, and there it is. You click a button. Like, you know, summoning 8-Rads. Now speaking of medieval fantasy, could you imagine that? Yes, I have you now, Merlin. Not so. I summon the 8-Rad, bringing death and destruction. Oh, God.
That would
That's
be
the
brilliant. They
ultimate
should
power.
definitely add that into Disney's version of Arthur. I'd love that. Okay, 8-Rad is doing work, but we do have this light cover crater in the centre there. Stuart's back and ready for action once more. But no sight. Well, we do have this 80 gun, the Pack 40, but it's not able to contend in the centre. Just thanks to the recce sections constantly doing work on it.
Absolutely beautiful. But now you've actually made a good point. I need to text my weekend DM. I cast 8-Rad. Now that's a good one. I wonder what kind of D dice I'd have to roll for that. Maybe a D20?
Possibly
Oh,
not. I do not know. But either way, this Stuart needs to roll some kills on the Pioneer, who had the temerity to cap this munitions, but it would have just been a decap because, of course, it's now part of the new structure of Faymonville. And we have 2 8-Rads on the field, the third built this game. UMIRINBRAH is deploying 300 munitions and 40 fuel apiece for these bad boys as part of his mechanized battle group. The Panther is the next option along that.
He is being quite literally and metaphorically ludicrous. And another one. And another one. It's just
And wait,
more 8-Rads.
yet another one. Stuart, meanwhile, is equally as spammable, but the thing with them is you can withdraw and refit. However, let's check out what Barton has deployed here. He does have Indian artillery. He has the options for Gurkhali, but he's not decided to click them quite yet. He could also get the mortar if he so wishes. Oh, meanwhile, this 8-Rad's been found out. It's got a damaged engine. He's popped smoke, however. The Stuart flies through the smoke, and that's 2 of the blighters down.
Well, I was just to make it. I was all lined up to make a joke about German 18-wheelers, and then all of a sudden, just bam, just
Back to 8.
no more. We're back to 9-wheel.
Yes,
Not
the
8.
one on the back.
Getting
Of
about
course.
the
The
third
one on
tire.
the back.
There
of
you
course,
go.
Yeah, don't steal my own jokes, please. I've copyrighted
Oh,
that.
it's too late now.
Oh, damn.
Collectivize
Oh,
the
damn.
jokes.
Okay. MG's been forced away, and there is a big hit from the Pack 40. Can the second of its name catch up with it, the 8-Rad? But no, there's a lot in the way, and also he's probably worried about mines, and he's very right to be worried about things in general, because there's a 6-pounder on the field now, and that's not an American's lunch. That is indeed this anti-tank gun.
I mean, say what you want about a place that has the heart attack grill. They can definitely manufacture things that kill people.
They certainly can. And then we're not even talking about their weapon systems.
No.
Oh, here we go. He's gone for one of the most fun options you can get. It's the mortar with, of course, the truck. I don't know how many tons the truck is, I forget. I like the fact that they have the crew on the back. The Indian mortar crew.
Oh, I love this unit. It's my favorite unit for the same reason the 120 was my favorite unit. The bigger and badder the mortar, the better. Now the question remains, will he turn that Bedford into a med truck, or will he be a true chap and give it a gun?
Bosun.
Yeah,
and
that's
he's gone
right.
for... What's he gone for there? I did see something upgrading on my UI there for a second.
a victory
Oh, it's a med truck. There we go. That is your answer.
Ah, boo!
The Bosun is largely useless, but the med kit's on, so yeah, not a bad idea. We have had finally the munitions in the South Island capped there by this infantry section.
I'm a firm believer in big gun go burr, no matter the circumstance. But no, that's fair enough. We are talking about competitive play, so we should expect at least some.
Look at
Victory
the
point
utility on this 8-Rad here. This is called signal detection, and it really does detect signals.
Just the recon abilities in Company of Heroes 3 make the battles far more dynamic. You've got so many more options to sort of deal with a problem. It's more about maneuver. It's more about maneuver in Company of Heroes 3. And it's one of the things I think that once this game gets all its kinks worked out, it's really going to shine.
We're just
But that
basically
mortar-
wasting our time. We're creating an archive of how bad the game used to be for future enjoyers. When people are like, oh, CoH3 is such a great RTS, I love it. They'll forget about us people that suffered the imbalances of the horrific launch with the unfinished state. Well, we'll be able to link them this YouTube video. Or maybe some of the first Master League tournaments, 1 and 2, definitely. And maybe it's getting a little bit better already, I'm not sure. I might just be imagining things. But yes, we'll be able to link them all this. Don't worry, guys. Don't worry.
grenade for the P-Gram. Absolutely devastating. Oh.
Yeah, but four models remain. They've only got one leg between them, but they're alive. They're alive, and that's what matters.
Hop to it, lads. Hop to it. God lord.
They're gonna have to. They're actually gonna have to. Alright, 8-Rad and Pioneer. Just force away this recce section. Importantly, by the way, for UMIRINBRAH, he's actually dwindled down Barton's VP count to near halfway.
New ability online.
I mean, looking at this, I mean, I'm just sort of looking at the metagame for the situation here. Have a look at the resources we've got on the Wehrmacht player right now. He's got a choice. He's just built his Panzer Company. He's going to go for probably the P4. Let's be honest. But given how much he spent on those 8-Rads, I'm kind of curious to see how much fuel the British players got, because I think, like, I'd be expecting a heavier tank than just a Stuart right now.
Yes, let's go and check that out. That's a really good call, and he's actually spent his headquarters, platoon, section. Where's his fuel gone into? Tell me now. Where's it? Ah, it's this one. Yes, the company. The company is the biggest one. Yeah, that makes sense now. There it is. Company. Found it. I found it, guys.
All right.
I am a co-player. By definitely.
The resource game is a lot more even than I was expecting, and it looks like the Marks player is actually, I think, UMIRINBRAH is actually starting to get it, but we got some movement here.
We have indeed. The smoke has been popped yet again. Those canisters. But he's been hit yet again. The Stuart has had a lovely day today. He's been demolishing 8-Rads for fun. He has 2 vehicle destroys to his name, that's Stuart, and 3 infantry kills.
Kind of wondering why he didn't go all in there. I was kind of expecting him to chase him down completely. I mean, with those recon squads popping flares, I would have expected him to know where that AT gun was, although there, speaking of.
Yep, Pack finds him, finally. Now he knows where he is. But the 8-Rad isn't in a position to signal detect hard enough. Ooh, good little use of the rifle nade there. We have more infantry pushing in. He's keeping his fuel. In fact, both players are keeping their +10 fuels. So both have a decent income. We should be in for a very good game here.
Yeah, we are. Those machine guns are really starting to hurt. I mean, even with the mortars, he's moving them around and sort of keeping them. He's basically forming L-shaped ambushes as he pushes up the map. Oh, down goes the AT gun. You just recrew it though, so manpower. Like if he can keep this manpower bleed up, because you can see that UMIRIN has actually got the unit advantage right now. He's got more people on the field than the British player, than Barton does. So I don't know. It's anyone's game at this point. Well, literally anyone's game.
Pioneers were going on a summer holiday, but it's been rudely interrupted by the Vet 2 recce section. You don't want to mess with the Vet 2 infantry in this game. The Brits do have some mighty abilities. Do they have their training center? No, they don't, surprisingly. I was expecting him to have deployed that.
I'm a bit weird. My build is Brits. I usually roll the training center out straight away and get that infantry section upgrade as early as possible, so I can just get that veterancy rolling. But I'm actually surprised he hasn't gone for that. That Stuart has been a magnificent investment. It never saw much playtime before, but now it seems to be positive.
It's the best Stuart I've seen in CoH3 history. And that's not saying much, because I haven't seen many, but this one is certainly the best. Ooh, we have a grenade over the house here. This could be good. And, of course, UMIRINBRAH has it scouted. Moves straight back into cover. Can you blame him?
You see that Indian mortar is already paid for itself. It's just dropping models every shot it fires, just about.
Now hitting the Stoss troop in which have been deployed. So, yeah, it's having a great time. Make me think UMIRINBRAH's going to go for Panther at this rate, because he's got the fuel to have deployed a Panzer IV, but instead he lets it the Stoss troop. And ooh, there's a use of those stick grenade assaults, which probably could have a better name, to be honest. It says what it does on the tin.
Yeah, honestly, I think you're right. I think we're going to see a heavy tank meta from the Germans at this rate, because I mean, if it were me, I would have pushed out a P4 or a Stug and just started trying to get that advantage. But at the same time, we haven't seen a heavy tank from the Brits either, so you never know. They might. It's up in the air at the moment. Do you reckon we're going to see the mighty double-gunned monstrosity, or do you think we're going to see a Matilda?
Are you talking about Uncle Grant?
I'm talking about Uncle Grant. That I am.
Yeah. I was warned not to sit on his knee at family functions. He
Never
is a
mind.
monstrosity, and he has many cannons. And it could be what the Brits are going for, but I doubt it, to be honest. It's mostly Matilda you tend to see. We will go and check stuff out in a second. Here we go. We've got the incendiary mortar. Oh, good first salvo. Could finish the job here.
He's not paying it. Yep, there goes that much. That's a big hit. That is actually a big hit.
He was focusing on this. And what's the mortar been up to? Let's see how many kills it has. 8 infantry kills for the 3-inch mortar team. That's feisty. And here we go. We've got the choice of the Brit play. It's actually the Crusader 3.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the Crusader, especially with the 6-pounder gun, because he's actually had a lot of them uni. So if he can roll out with a 6-pounder, that'd be the way to go. Like just a wall of 6-pounder Crusaders. How many kills has the Indian mortar got? I'd be curious to see, because
we did just check that out. Yeah, it had 8. It's now got 9. There you go.
Because we got the other one over there.
Oh yes, we do indeed. The other ones come onto the field, and that's got 7 and a vehicle destroy somehow. I don't know how it got credited with that, but apparently it did indeed get that. So Barton with a double heavy mortar build. That's pretty powerful.
I mean, they've already paid for themselves in manpower costs, so it's definitely worth the investment. And the positioning too. It's going to be so annoying, but it looks like
they cost fuel as well these days, these mortars. Because you have to pay for the truck. But, yeah.
He got an ambulance out of it. Can't knock that investment. But we've got a P4 coming out now. So he's been forced. I think you were right. He was going for the Panther, but with the arrival of the Crusader, he's had to get something out here that can kill these annoying little British vehicles zipping around the map.
Nebelwerfer has to be the call against the mortar, surely.
I mean, you would think so, but the Nebelwerfer's range has been a bit of an issue for me, at least when I've played with it. It would certainly work against that little garrison he has with the med truck. He's got the scout car up, so if he can get eyes on that area and work out where he's sort of camped out, the Nebelwerfer might be the way to go. But it's all about cost versus risk analysis, I think
they hurdled that. That was fantastic there. By the way, the Stuarts still just got 9 infantry kills, 2 vehicle destroyers. I'm not saying that's bad, but it hasn't gotten much for a while, so it's going to stay on Veterancy 2, which apparently is just a list of verbs.
We've certainly got... Chad has just pointed out something that we in our epic professionalism hasn't noticed. Look at that VP imbalance. That is actually kind of incredible when you look at it. Like, they've been playing those VPs.
That out. I said it once, I think. I'm unprofessional, though. I'm not debating that. MG, Vet 3 has been forced away, and he's very, very lucky to get that thing away because, of course, it will have more suppression with its Vet 3 profile. So, yeah, UMIRINBRAH has been able to keep on the victory points despite Barton having arguably the better strategy and deployment of said strategy.
I think that Barton's been doing the hard yards. He's definitely going for the I'm going to win the battle and then win the war sequentially.
Look at this! 24 health remaining. The Stuarts, well, this time the Crusader takes up after its forebearer, the Stuarts, and nearly gets the kill here. We also have foot guards now out for Barton. Going to cause this Panzer IV some problems.
You don't see foot guards that often, so, or at least I don't. So I'd be very curious to see what the game plan is. He's going for a infantry heavy build, but not going to help him apparently. Just all that DPS.
Oh, he's gone in. He's gone in for it. And has he found it? I don't think he has. He's been Fausted. The 8-Rad's gone all the way down here. You can't blame him to the loving embrace of the Pack 40 to defend. And this Crusaders come up with nothing.
Yeah. Although he did manage to get him to waste the Faust, because all it did was scare him for a bit there.
Stunning.
That MG42. That MG42 is doing the hard yards though.
It really is. It's just been mortared yet again, however. Could actually lose itself here. Ooh. Needs to see that UMIRINBRAH. He's currently pushing in the centre. He may lose his Vet 3 MG here. Indeed he does. That is a big loss.
Oh, that's devastating. That's not good. But at the same time, we've got that
Sector lost.
Man, it is absolute chaos on the center VP, though it is Faymonville, and that's usually how it goes, so...
Right. 6-pounder was recrewed, but is decrewed by the Pintle Mount MG42 at the best possible moment. Meanwhile, Pack 40 finds the Crusader. The Stuart's in trouble. Can the UMIRINBRAH destroy this 6-pounder? That'd be a nice pickup.
It's looking absolutely brilliant for UMIRINBRAH at the moment. That Pack 40 is doing the work. Doing the Führer's work in this case, but ooh. But as I keep saying, and I'm going to say it, and the fans are going to get annoyed, but I'm going to keep saying it, those mortars are the investment. They are the big...
Yeah, you're definitely verging into fanboyism for the mortars now. Definitely.
Yeah, but
you're not
can
wrong.
You blame me?
I can, but I don't think you're wrong. It's fine. Foot guards. Oh, they get a big... I want to call it a bazooka shot off there. I'm sure it is a bazooka. Given to them by the Americans, Lend-Lease style, probably. Maybe just given. Do you reckon the Americans made the Brits pay back for the bazookas they used?
I mean, I would, given that your best idea was to, you know, put,
if you're going to say
like...
anything bad about spring-loaded anti-tank munitions, I tell you, you don't want to hear what's going to happen to you. It's not going to be good.
Well, bad news. I'm going to say that about spring-loaded anti-tank.
Spring-loaded so you can ambush tanks from behind. They don't make much noise. You're just too, you know, sloped to understand. You have enough crinkles in the old grey matter. It's incredible. Yes, they didn't hit their target, but that's not the point. Piats were a wonderful invention.
The fear factor.
It's a psychological... Exactly, now you're getting it. Psychological.
You know, you hear the whoosh and whiz of a rocket. You hear the
it's not even a rocket. Exactly, it's a spring-loaded shape-charged warhead. It's fantastic.
Exactly, you're driving your Tiger along, and then instead of the whoosh kaboom, you hear a
oh god, can you imagine? It doesn't hit you because it misses because of its inaccuracy, but you hear the katoing, and that's why Piats need to be back in the game. I haven't seen Piats much in Common Heroes 3, come to think of it.
No, we haven't, actually, which, to be quite frank, is probably a good thing.
Oh, damn you. Anyway, we've got this 8-rad up to Veteran C3, and it's got 11 infantry kills, not too shabby. We do have the Panther as an option now. We certainly have the fuel for the Blighter. It costs 100 and 550 manpower, so that could be one way UMIRINBRAH can get back into this game, because he does need to do that, because Barton has taken this cut-off here, and he's sitting on the centre.
Sector now under enemy control.
Barton is definitely doing the same thing he did to me. Just, it's starting to look ugly. Just that slow, oppressive march across the field.
What's happened to all the poppies? The poppies have been destroyed. Now that's sad.
Did he acquire that MG42? It looks like he did.
I can hear the profile of it. It's a big credit to Relic for mixing their game. Admittedly, not in time for release, but I can actually hear the rip of the MG42 there in amongst the sound, so that's good.
I really like the fact that they've brought back the the chattering tear of the Führer's buzzsaw. It's nice to hear it sounding like it should.
1,300 rounds per minute, or what was it, 1,200? Either way, it's a lot, and it certainly does.
It's a lot.
It's in my top 5 burrs of all time, along with the A10 Warthog, of course.
Definitely preferable.
My mother-in-law. Just added that one. Not even met
Thankfully, I don't have one of those.
Yeah, it's just classic 1970s era mother-in-law joke. Can't beat them. Anyway.
Well, they're patented by James. They're patented by James.
I tell you what, this could be a squad wipe here by the Stostrip, and if the STGs can hit things and go through, which they can't. Meanwhile, Grenadiers are trying to get their cutoff back.
That's not good. He has taken the famous Faymonville wall. He has that wall near his base. That was brutal. Does he actually have heavy cover as well? Yeah, he's destroyed the cover blockers, which now turns it against the person it's meant to help. That's nicht gut. No, it's not looking good for our hero here, chat. He's trying his best, but he's just getting slowly hemmed in. And look at that AT gun wheeling forward. Although I heard 2 kabooms down south. I heard 2 gunshots.
I did indeed. Yes, you did. It's the Panzer Act. They're coming in and they get a juicy wipe on the 6-pounder. Can they do damage? Now we've got the Royal Engineers that could be targeted. We've also got the Foot Guards, which are firing in the rear. And I do mean that literally. Let's see if they can get punished on retreat. Yes, they can. Let's check out that health bar of what remains of it. 81 and dropping. Big shots on retreat there. 3 models remain. That is fortuitous for Barton PL.
Don't get too cocky, though. Don't get too cocky. Oh, it looks like he might have. Yep, that's...
No, he's popped the smoke canisters here. Ah, it doesn't matter.
No, not going to help him. Attack ground through the smoke from the Stuart. And, man, the Stuart's vet 3. Look at his Giga Chat out here. Absolutely carrying. Can we get a Stuart carry in chat, boys? That is... Oh, Stuart carry. A sentence I never thought I'd say in Company of Heroes 3. My God.
Certainly seems that way, and Barton's just able to deploy tap map capping now and just push around the map. But let's check out his overall unit composition. He's got 3 infantry squads, all with Vet 2 or above. The 2 mortars. Let's check out the kills on these bad boys. 10 on one, and it's 16 on the other. He's got one of the 6-pounders still, and the Crusaders are currently in the center, wiping this Pack 40. We are indeed in the Barton zone, and he's making great use of his zone.
Look at this. Just look at this situation. Like, he's got a decent enough army composition with his infantry. It's just that those mortars are absolutely ruining his day. Like, that machine gun can't stay and do its job, because the moment he fires, the moment his position is revealed, those 2 mortars are going to just come sailing in. There we go. He's already down to like 1 HP for each model, thanks to the mortars. And then here comes the rifle blob and the sections and the guards.
And the Stoss Trooper are currently getting annihilated for having the temerity to cap the fuel. And they won't even have a chance to regret it, because they're very, very dead.
Well, there's a good 400 manpower down the drain.
Good shot on the pack there. Let's see what ability this is. Looks like just base artillery, perhaps. No, it is indeed the off-map airburst barrage. Almost hurting the 8-rad there.
Yeah, it's doing a little bit of damage, but what we've got the thing going here is the 6-pound has been recruited almost immediately. Will he have the stones to recap the center VP with the AT gun? What do you reckon? Will he do it?
He's got foot guards he could cap it with. He doesn't need to prove himself to you, is what I'm saying, basically.
No, that's fair enough.
All right, we've got we've got Grenadiers and Panzer Grenadiers pushing up the southern flank. They could make things a little bit better for UMIRINBRAH if he can possibly come around the back of some of these units. But he doesn't seem to have the punching power through the centre right now.
Yeah, it's just that you've got that Stuart who's just out there throwing rounds down range. You've got the massive support from the Crusader and the AT gun, and then you've got this infantry. You've got the Brit infantry blob of death with those. I have found that those recon sections, when they get vetted up, are absolutely devastating.
They are.
The amount of damage they do is just ridiculous. Like, I've controlled a blob of about 5 of them, and I'm just wiping Stoss troopers and God knows what else. But
you're everybody's least favourite person, you've just announced, basically. Oh, look at that homing munitions. He's been playing CoH3. Barton has. There's a nice little homing grenade from the infantry section. I thought we'd seen the last of them, apparently. Maybe not.
The best thing PAE has made since the Hawk. Oh, boy.
Right, it's just absolutely... there it is, the Vet 3 Stuart with his abilities. What does he get?
Capped that guy on retreat, shot him right in the face. Absolutely brutal.
Oh, we could get a Faust in, possibly. No, he's not going to get the distance. The Crusader 2 has veterancy 2 speed and acceleration. The Panzer 4 can't do enough. And UMIRINBRAH has to go for a 3rd Panzer 4, his 2nd on the field concurrently, because he just can't get the manpower together for a Panther.
It's also a brave move too, because he's got those AT guns locking down the center, and you've got the guards to worry about too. So he has to play very carefully. He obviously doesn't give a damn about the local French farming population and, you know, property damage. I mean, I hope that guy was insured. That's all I'm going to say. But here's a dive play.
Oh, yes,
Flanking
we
shot.
do indeed have this. We have the Stuart leading the charge. Of course it bloody does. But we do have the possibility of flanking a Faust on the rear side. Maybe saving the Panzer IV's life. It has 1 HP. Literally 1 HP. Meanwhile, the 8 Rad also has 8 HP. 8 HP Rad. Could be dying very shortly. It does indeed dies. It kind of saves the Panzer IV's life almost.
Honest to God, I would have dived. I would have dived with my Crusader there. Quite frankly, to get that kill on the P4, because that P4 living is gonna. It might end up biting him in the ass. You know, probably not, but you never know. It might. But God, the slow creep of indirect is walking across this field.
Really is.
There goes
is.
that machine gun.
Somebody asked in chat, by the way, about reshade. No, CoH3 does look really good with the right map, and I have very little reshade on these days. I just sharpen a little bit, so CoH3 default looks like that. I add a tiny bit of sharpen, and that's literally all Relic needs to do, in my opinion. Just to add a bit more sharpen to the game, make it look a bit more crisp, instead of a bit foggy. And that's it.
Yeah,
that's all you need.
I think that's the thing. I do like the darker palettes that you had in Company of Heroes 2. I mean, they moved to the new engine, so of course they've got some limitations here and there. But I just really think that sort of more washed out, gritty look fits World War II a lot better. Even if you are in North Africa or
well, North Africa. I mean, it had nice. Sicily and Italy had the nice citrus trees. But as soon as the battle kicks off, everything's smoky and dark and disgusting, just the same as Stalingrad. So I really don't get the colour palette being too nice. But anyway, let's focus on this game because the Panzer IVs have possibly sprung a trap here on the little Stuart that could. General Stuart's going to have to go round the side of the mansion. Can he escape? He needs to get round the back. He has so little health. He has 115, and he's managed to get round the back of the Nazi mega mansion. And the Panzer IVs are left with clutching nothing but air.
Good Lord. You see, that just proves it. That just proves it. Stuart is man of the match.
Is indeed man of the match. And the Crusaders are now winning the match for Barton. Taking out the Panzer IV with 6-pounder backup. Great game there. Well played by UMIRINBRAH, but equally well played by Barton. GG's all round.
GG.
And we're back. Wow, what a game that was, eh?
Oh, my God. I mean, the only thing that can make that Stuart better is if we brought back the ability from Company Heroes 1 where I could have, like, a massive
Canister
shotgun
round!
and just go,
Oh, dude! Do you remember Canister round from CoH1?
I missed the can round. Yeah, we gotta... Come on, chat. Give the Stuart some love. Stuart clutch. That was awesome. The first time I've seen a Stuart do literally anything in Company Heroes 3. I've just ignored it and just gone for Crusader AA or just straight to a Crusader because, you know, no point having it. But it's good to see it finally being used. Get some caffeine in.
Wow, we've had some decent games between Elpern and Kauzak. Inca Una has sent me some decent games as well. So we've got some great options.
I'm feeling a bit of Inca. I'm feeling a bit of Inca. I have a soft spot for Inca Una. I think the chat was saying they want to see an Inca Una game before.
One guy said, yeah, but he represented chat when he chatted because he was in chat. I understand your logic. It makes perfect sense, my lord.
Look. Wow. Oh, I got promoted, guys.
I think we should just play... Shall we just play... Let's not mess around with whole series. Shall we just watch banging games? Who's up for that? Because I can just pick out... Because I see the replay lengths. I can just say, banging game. Let's watch that. It's way more. It could be way more fun because let's face it, we haven't got observation mode, so I kind of get spoiled really easily. I did pick a series which was going to be like hidden secret casting, but unfortunately it was a smash and grab by Gibber earlier on. So we could launch in with Elpern versus Kauzak. That looks like a decent